Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thanks for being here once again. Guys, today we are making this delicious coconut puff puff with coconut flour and coconut cream. Guys, this one has a rich texture. It has a creaminess to it that you will really love. If you like coconut, then you will love this coconut puff puff recipe. Without much ado, let's get right into it. We're gonna need some active dry yeast. We'll dissolve this in water. We're also going to need some all-purpose flour and of course some measuring cups. We'll need some coconut flour as well. I am using the organic coconut flour, but whatever you have is fine. We'll also need coconut cream, not coconut milk, because we need a richer flavor from the coconut, and some sugar. Of course, we're going to need salt as well and a measuring cup. Let's get right into this recipe. So the first thing we're going to do is to proof our yeast. Now warm water and sugar wakes up the yeast, and so we're going to add the yeast to water. Make sure it's a warm water at a good temperature. Now we're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of the sugar we're going to be using, and we're going to set the rest aside. We're using that later. Just mix up the mixture really well. I want to cover this and put it in a warm place for about 5 to 8 minutes. Now while the yeast is proofing, let's measure our all-purpose flour. Now I want to show you how to measure the flour, and this is how I measure my flour so you can get the right measurement. Just scoop the flour into the cup, and we're going to use a finger to level the top like this. I use this all the time, and this is the best way to get the right measurement using a measuring cup. Now I'll do this again one more time. Scoop this into your cup. Now you can also use a spatula for this to level the top of the cup, but your finger is also fine as well. So we're going to measure about 3 cups of flour into the bowl. We're also going to measure about half a cup of coconut flour into the bowl as well. Add in the remaining sugar, some salt, and I'm going to mix this up properly to combine everything. I like to make a well in the middle where we're going to pour in the liquids. Now I'll set that aside. In here I have some coconut cream. Is really thick. Now I'm going to warm this up for the yeast because we need warm liquids for the yeast. Now this is the yeast mixture. It's ready. Now see how it's foamy on top. Now this yeast is active. Also I have the warmed coconut cream here as well. Now I'm going to start by adding my yeast mixture into the flour. I'm also going to add in the coconut cream as well. And I'll mix. Now it's important to take your time when mixing this coconut puff puff batter because it behaves a little bit different from the other regular puff puff. We're going to add in some warm water in bits. I'll continue mixing. I'm going to switch to my hand because it helps to mix really well. Now we see that we still have a thick batter, and this is not the consistency we want. I'm going to add in some more water. And I'll keep mixing this. Now the mixing is important to develop the gluten in the all-purpose flour, but we also have to mix properly to make sure we have the right consistency. Now here it is. This is the consistency that we want. We don't want it to be too watery. Now if you try to slip it out of your hand, you see that it gradually comes off and it's not too runny. You can also test it by pressing the batter in your palm like this. Now see how it comes off gradually. Now this is the consistency we want. Just keep mixing until it's really smooth. Now you want to scrape the sides down and cover this, put it in a warm place for about 1 hour 30 minutes or so, because there's coconut flour, so it will stay a little longer. Now to our pan, we're going to add some oil and we're going to let that heat up. Now after about 1 hour 30 minutes, let's check on our batter. This is how it will look. It has doubled in size, so great. Now I don't want to get my hands dirty. I am going to use my ice cream scoop spoon. I'm just going to put some water on it, shake it a little bit, and I'm going to scoop this, and I'll drop this into the hot oil. Now take note, this batter behaves differently from the regular puff puff batter. It's going to sink down, but just try to bring it up and continue to fry this. Now guys, this is going to be so creamy on the inside and it's going to have that crunchiness on the outside. I like mine to be a little bit brown. It might be light brown if you want it, but I like a darker color, and so I'm going to scoop it out at this point and put it on a paper towel to drain the excess oil. And I'm just going to continue frying the rest of the batter. And guys, we have ourselves this delicious coconut puff puff with coconut flour and coconut cream. It's crunchy on the outside, but really juicy and rich on the inside. Guys, if you love coconut, then you'll love this recipe. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Also share this to your friends and family. And I'll be posting more recipes. And thank you for being here once again, and enjoy.